Okay, this is the start of my playtest for the game The Son from itch.io. I tweaked my brightness up a little bit. I found it, because I briefly stepped into the game testing the volume. I found it was a little bit too dark for me, but that's fine, you can tweak it. Volume was pretty balanced, I would say, by default. I just lower a little bit for the sake of microphone. I would like, because in other games where you can use your mic in game, normally there is a setting for sensitivity and a little test so I can get a gauge on how loud is too loud for the game. Because obviously, you know, some people might cheat using that, but I like to be able to get a sense of, you know, how quiet do I have to be. I know on the page it makes mention of, I think, even like breathing. If I open that again, yeah, your breathing, voice, accidental noises could attract her. So I understand it is very deliberate that, you know, most sounds you make will be picked up. But it would be nice to at least get a little test thing to see, like, you know, how sensitive is it actually being. So start a new game. Okay, so it looks like you cannot pause. Let's accept the call. Llorona. His children now. I always thought of La Llorona as a female ghost, but... Okay, so her eyesight is bad, but she has really good hearing. 6 a.m. is the goal. I think a bit of dialogue may have been skipped there. Okay. Can crouch, can run. I can't watch the cameras. Oh. Okay, now that's working. It wasn't working for a little bit there. So there's La Llorona. She's on the staircase. Well, she's trying to get on the staircase. I'm not quite sure how to know what room is cursed. Maybe it's by the bloods. I'm really not quite sure what just happened there. she's kind of stuck upstairs right now. This is where there's a cursed room. Yeah, she's... No. Broke a camera. No, I got stuck. And she appears to also be stuck now. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have to... Oh. I don't think this is supposed to happen. Like, is this just gonna continue like that? Okay, that was interesting. I'm not 100% sure if the door pushed me out of the kill or I like backed up into the room as I should have died. Okay. What? De picante rodante, el chile más picante de todo el infierno. Oh, okay. So there's... a trade-off to... You know what, let's get some chili. Thank you. Hello, Llorona, come down here. La Llorona. La Llorona, la. Whoa. Okay, she did not like me screaming at her. Wait. La. Okay. Bit inconsistent. It also seems to be every time I go into the cameras, I can hear the talk of van music for a bit. Which I assume is not deliberate. Okay, so now upstairs there's a rune. Oh, guest room now no longer exists as a camera. Oh, she's just breaking all the cameras up there at this point. La Llorona. La. Da. What the fuck? What just happened? Oh! Stop. Ooh. Okay, that was a bad time to try and run through there, but it was fine. Okay. She starts upstairs. Okay, this time she heard me straight away. Oh, now I can't see in here. Okay, this is another little bug here. What is happening? Oh god, here we go again. What is this effect? Ah. La. Okay, that was me getting a bit too risky with it. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Okay, see you. Oh. Okay, that static was very loud. I take it that was actually dying from... I know, I wish I can't go in it. Bit confused. Oh, not this again. What is this visual effect? Like, I can't tell if this is deliberate and a haunting or something's bugging out because it feels awful. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So I guess that's like a new trap. No. Okay. She started upstairs. Oh, here goes this visual. Ay, ay, ay. Like, this is a very frustrating visual. Like, because it makes it, we really can't do anything. Like, I guess just sit in the corner, but honestly, I'd rather be in the jail thing. At least that I know I am, you know, stuck. La 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 la. Oh. yay. Okay, let me give this one more attempt. Just got stuck there. Let me see what else I could test then. Oh. Okay, no. I'm going to mark the end there. I think a few pain points. The effect where the camera spins all around crazy, it's really, for me, not fun to deal with. I would honestly rather be frozen in place because it feels the same. Like, if that triggers in a chase, there's nothing you can do unless you have one of the runes, and I guess, are you just meant to save the runes for that happening? In which case, it feels like they're not very interactive, because at the moment, like, the way I see them is, if she's guarding upstairs a lot and I need to get there, that's when, like, I want to be able to use my rune, like, especially the invisible one, because the way her pathing seems to be, she really likes guarding the stairs, which makes it really hard to actually keep purifying upstairs. There was a bug with the camera a couple of times, such as the cutscene for the taco people, the cutscene for gambling. Couldn't crawl into the vent, despite being suggested like, oh, I should go into there. I don't know if that would be a night 5 thing, maybe. I guess from the description, I thought the teleport might be like some sort of alternate version of the level to take a shortcut through, but it just teleports you back to your spawn. The way the flavor text kind of describes the game made me feel like, you know, I can jump into this alternate version, but like she can still chase me in it, but that could be enough to create another way around. Maybe I misunderstood, or I just never saw that rune spawn. The invisible rune, I think, is the best. It saves you the most time. I wish there was a way to play with the sound a little bit more to lure her around, because it feels like if you're just loud enough, you just initiate a chase, and you can't break a chase without going to the spawn. And again, because upstairs is so tight and there's not multiple ins and outs of the place, it's kind of suicide to draw her attention to try and like clear the staircase. So I think, you know, there should be some sort of objects as well that you could throw to, you know, make a distraction noise, or even make it a rune if you want, something that's like, where you place this rune, a sound will go off in a couple of seconds, so you'll use it to, like, you know, lure her to the basement so you can go upstairs or whatever, something like that. A couple bits of the text that repeatedly refer to La Llorona as his or he or him, even though I'm very much under the impression that it should be a female ghost, so I don't know if that's Just my interpretation of her the ghost model, I associate it as female, but maybe it is actually male, and I would find out more later in the story or whatever. But that's just my initial impressions. Um, Flashlight is pretty awful, especially going up and down the stairs. I think the way where it's spawning the flashlight from means on staircases half the time I don't get any light. It's like just making shadow instead everywhere. Um, so I think changing actually where the flashlight is being held would alleviate some of that issue. Um, I think the basic loop is fun enough. I just would like more variety in runes, more ways to intentionally work with the sound, because it's it's meant to be a core mechanic, but at the moment it feels more like just be silent is just the go-to rather than actually try to take advantage of it. Um, which I think I would prefer it to feel a little bit more interactive for the player. Um, more ways to navigate would be nice. And if the ghost could stop patrolling the stairs so heavily, would also make the flow feel a bit better. I think at the moment, the biggest nail in it for me is the effect where the camera starts spinning around. That would be a reason for me to not continue at all. For me, that just really ruins it. Um, Everything else I have some issues with, but I mentioned before. But the camera spinning randomly, that's the gameplay stopper where I'm like, this, I hate how it looks. Like it feels a bit queasy, and it's just not enjoyable because it's just hands in the air. If I'm being chased, I'm dead unless I have a rune. If I'm not being chased, do nothing for 20 seconds, and you can't even really look around to gauge if the ghost is near you or whatever. But all things fixable. I think there's some potential here, and I'll mark that as the end of my playtest.